Good day, St. Martin. Welcome to another episode of Speak the Truth. And of course, I'm here with the hardest working MP. You know this was coming. I know I would have had him sitting down here. I know he was going to have to sit him down here. I know that was coming. Sooner than later, before he gets busy, as a leader of our party, I know he has a lot of responsibilities to go through with campaign and stuff like that. So I wouldn't take his time when campaign starts. I have my own responsibilities as well. So I figured let's get it out of the way earlier, and I'm going to just have a simple conversation with the MP because I kind of know him different than you guys do. And therefore, I feel that, I want to lead him in a way or question him in a way that you guys should understand or go to understand who he is because I have a better understanding of who he is. So MP, thanks for coming.
Hey, thank you very much, Gotta say, shout out to TV Carib, I had a little wardrobe malfunction, So guys, it's not that I'm cold in here, it's just that...
You can't wear green on a green screen.
I think we need to pass a law to change that the green screen need to be any other color.
I agree. Especially...
As it probably looks transparent right now.
Okay, especially during campaign time. You gotta get me without green on, you understand? Seriously, So yeah, so MP, thanks for coming on the show, and I'm gonna start with, do you remember how we met?
That's a good question.
Correct.
We met because of a mutual friend.
But that's what I wanted to get to. But the purpose of our meeting was because I approached you and I said, you're doing VXG, and I would like to attach the sports department to it because, fighting games ain't really a reflection of our Caribbean market. We should try to build a sports market. And then you told me, you said, if you could do it, then you welcome on board.
That's right.
And that was how we met. You know what I'm saying? But
I just thought you was gonna go into the mutual friend part. So
no, but I'm gonna go into that because let's
go into VXG. Let's start there.
But that's how we met.
That is true.
And our experience with VXG,
So maybe I don't know if people know what VXG was. Should I
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
From since I was actually in high school, you might not even know this part.
Good stuff.
So I was in high school. I was and still am a huge fan of video games. And, we would go by a friend's house in Ebenezer, my friend Troy, after school, and we play video games by him. But there's only so many people that come to somebody's house,
Correct.
and we would come,
Correct.
It's like 3 people, 4 people, all of a sudden there's like 10 people in his mother. Like,
It's a problem.
So I was like, man, we need a place where we could just come together and play video games. This is long before internet gaming even existed.
Man. Wow.
So I used to work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
That was my first job ever.
That's my first job too.
Right in Front Street,
Yeah? St. Martin?
Yeah, right in
Wow.
St. Martin. 16 years old. I was working part-time. Weekends, I would work at McDonald's. So I spoke to the manager at the time, actually Michelle Somersall. I spoke to him and the others, and I was like, listen, they had a little playground area upstairs, with a little slide and the balls and so on, where they used to have kids' parties. I said, could I use there on a day in the weekend where we'll bring our TVs and our video games.
Wow.
Back then
So
it was
you
Nintendo
started that
64, PlayStation. And let's come together because I realized there was a need for people to want to come together to play video games.
Correct.
And that's always been me. I love bringing people together.
No, agreed, brother. I met you on that playing field.
There's never to joy than that. So when I started the first one we did, I remember that, I went down Front Street telling different stores about it, and I was like, can you just donate a little prize? You had this, what is CD store? Scorpios. Yeah. Had a CD store on Front Street. Okay, they donated like a CD. Another would donate like a little Casio watch, $20. Small little prizes, but still something that we could have compete for.
Correct.
And ever since then, it was like, okay, from there, I started working Video Corner. Then we started doing the tournaments by Video Corner. And then I just kept seeing the demand for this.
Correct.
Till in 2006, we had, way ahead of our time,
man.
the first international video game tournament, actually I would probably think in the Caribbean.
Correct. But it was the biggest, I know it was the biggest and the best one to date, and and I'm happy to be a part of it. I experienced it, and as you know, it was a lot of work, bro. You understand? And I'm very happy that I was able to experience that. St. Martin, and based on that, since then you have more expound on that. You have passed a law recognizing esports legally on St. Martin, and a lot of people don't really understand what that is, bro. Because when I speak to them and say, yeah, you passed a law on esports to be legally recognized on the island, people be like, I'm like, okay, so which means that you could be an athlete. You're recognized as an athlete to go and compete internationally on behalf of St. Martin and represent St. Martin in playing video games.
The same
They'd be like,
way,
what? It's like, it blows their mind, bro.
Yeah.
Blows their mind. They never heard it, and it blows their mind. So
it's basically what we did is esports. I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Billion-dollar industry.
You know, I mean, you have tournaments where people are winning 1, 2, 3, 5 million in prizes.
Prizes, you know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Huge sponsors are sponsoring these gamers with multi-million. You know, like when you hear, oh, Kevin Durant signed a Nike deal.
Yeah.
Well, now you have gamers signing a deal with Microsoft, with Logitech, and so on. So we have to realize we're a very small island. So any little opportunity in a big sphere, in a multi-billion-dollar industry, even if you tap into 0.0001%,
you're still getting
it's a huge impact for the country,
especially for our per square mile compared to our ratio. Yeah. We too small. We get a fraction of $1 billion. We said,
we can't as St. Martin, let's say, compete with China and open factories. No. We can't compete with
UK,
Guyana,
France,
and we want to do agriculture, but more from a local level, but from an export level. No. So you have to start to think, like what you say, per square meter. You know how many square meters of land you need to train a gamer? Like half a square meter, the size of a PS5. That's it. You know, it's very efficient. It's all in the cloud. So I felt like the first step was it needs to be recognized. And to this day, I've continued to Google it and search for it. We are the only parliament in the world that has recognized esports.
No, and I appreciate that because, again, and I keep saying this, that this gives us an advantage because next year the World Cup also has recognized esports. Yes. You're the only country, but the world has recognized esports. To that the Olympics has now made it an official sport as well.
Yes.
So you're the only government in line to officially have us send an official team to compete legally in the Olympics esports tournament, which gives us advantage. We could actually come back with some Olympics gold, brother, and put this on the map. So I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how that plays out, and I'm really pushing for that but it would have not been possible without you. But nobody else understands what you're doing, MP. You understand? You've always been ahead of the curve. VXG is something that was a tremendous ahead of the curve. When people saw the response from the international, because growing up, my mother always tell me, "Why you playing video game? Why stop? What are I gonna do for you?" And a lot of children growing up, we get that, we hear that, we spend a lot of time on games, and our mother and our parents don't support it because they think it's a waste of time. They don't understand the market to understand what's going on. So to be able to push that or be an advocate for it, no, and be like, "Yeah, mommy, watch a video game. What video games can do for us? What video games can do for us?" It changes the whole dynamics of everything.
Yeah, and interestingly enough. In 2013, when we had that huge tournament at Sonesta, it was tough.
Right.
You saw how hard it was.
Bro.
And that was the moment, around that time, is when I said, I think I need to get into politics.
I agree.
Because you remember, we had all kind of politicians. As a matter of fact, we had politicians come to do opening speeches.
Bro, promising us all kind of thing, dog. Telling us we was going to be secure and safe and straight. But they didn't know that. They didn't know that because of their lack of funding from the government is why we fell short. They don't know the truths or the details. You understand what I'm saying? So
in our inexperience, we didn't. And that's something that in society is so important. When a politician speaks words and says, "We are going to do this,"
we run with it.
In legislation or in process, but you didn't get a decree. You don't have it in writing. But the average person
running with it.
Wow,
we got
you go sponsor me, we gone. Let me know when we can get the check. Here's our foundation.
Correct.
And that's something I experienced, and I was so disappointed. I was like, wow, do you have politicians that would not only tell you they're going to support you, come to the event and take the shine for it, cut ribbon and speech and all kind of thing. And then days later, like, hi, hello.
Leo, how you enjoy when you're calling for the money. You understand? When it's time to now come true on the budget that you agreed on, and then put you in expense and have you looking bad, have you looking like you bad spending the money, but nobody know the details of the conference or what happened, which actually the government fell short. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you for exposing that. Again, you were ahead of your term with VXG, ahead of your time. Now let's move on again.
Yes.
After that, what was next after that? Because we started with our first workmanship. What was our second workmanship after that? Do you remember?
Carnival.
Yeah, you do.
Of course.
So you were the marketing.
It's not our first time on TV together.
This is our first time on TV together, no.
But we was on TV back then.
Correct. Correct.
Streaming.
So, and I appreciate you for calling me and giving me that opportunity to do that as well. Again, you were ahead of your term. You were ahead of your time then.
Live streaming wasn't even a thing.
Bro, again, you understand? I thank you because that's all I came. When I came to St. Martin, that's all I came for. I came to St. Martin because I was living in New York, and I missed my carnival. But I knew back then that our carnival was one of the best in the Caribbean. The only thing beating us was Trinidad. I knew that, and the only reason why Trinidad was beating us is because they had soca artists that made hits that contributed to their culture. They calypso singing, this soca artists is what got them rocking. Other than that, our carnival, our juvie, our village, beating them down like joke, smacking them behind the joke, smacking them like joke.
Honestly, I think we gotta. Of course, we're biased, but objectively speaking, when you take the package of the Carnival village, the multicultural nature of our Carnival, the cost of coming here, you know, and relatively people, we just complain about the price of costumes. Believe me, go Trinidad, go Jamaica, go Miami Carnival, you're gonna see price.
Yeah.
When you take the whole package, we have the best Carnival.
Bro, it's a joke. And so again, me being ahead of time too, I came here, I started working Regional Richardson, started pay-per-view, not pay-per-view, but I started to stream it because I need to get the product out there so it could get demand. So I started to stream it for free with Regional. I started doing the juvie and the parades, then for free. We got the demand. You know what I'm saying? All the Holland students, I got the demand, and then you saw it, you asked us to do it officially, because I've been asking them to do it officially for the carnival. We did it officially for the carnival. What I remember that year though, bro, and why I say you was ahead of your time is you had branding, you had shirts, rags, hats, carnival branding, bro. For the first time ever.
Yes.
Ever. Bro, and it was how you had to start.
Come experience life.
Bro,
That's what we came.
It was how you had to start. I think it was like couple years or 1 year before the 50th. But that's how you had to start. They had to continue that. So when the 50th hit, the merchandising would have took off. But because it was a brand new concept, the merchandising didn't take off. It did not take off because they didn't understand that you have to start. So when I watched that, I was like, wow. And that was the first time and the only time our carnival ever had merchandising.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying, MP? You did that.
And that was now, I would say, I'll tie that again, now that I'm thinking about it. That was the second reason I said I want to get into politics. Because also for the SCDF, I saw the challenge or the type of runaround that an organization like that, or any organization in the entertainment industry, get treated like second-class people.
Yeah, man.
Whereas the nightlife and entertainment industry, event industry of St. Martin is responsible for so much that we don't realize.
Bro, come on, man. It's something that people come here to enjoy, yeah?
We don't promote St. Martin like other places. Maybe, and we should. Like Aruba gonna have ads on Times Squares and something. Has anybody ever asked themselves why these people keep coming here? A big part of it is the events.
Correct.
Because you might never even know St. Martin exists, but it's a great event happening, like Heineken Regatta, like SXM Festival, like Carnival.
Correct.
And you end up coming here.
Correct.
But one good thing St. Martin have is that you just fall in love with this place.
Man, listen, man.
So all you gotta do is get them in the door. So what's the best way to convince somebody to try an island out for the first time? Is by doing an event.
But it's the target market. If you're targeting so that works for the crowd that spends. You know what I'm saying? Event management, events, and that's why Aruba had events scheduled just for targeting that. They had everything, and then there's no need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
Things work. So moving on, MP, thank you for that, bro. And I appreciate you with that. I worked with, I started doing the stream. I met Pierre Gordon then. Hope to catch it back again next year, you know, and get them going. My thing with that is that, again, they had lack vision because, again, our population, again, the square mile per meter, we don't have enough. We could put our whole population seated in Madison Square Garden and still have space. But they don't understand that. So for Madison Square Garden to be sold out, we need the whole of St. Martin, Dutch and Frenchside, Anguilla, St. Bart's, Sable, and Summer Station for it to be full.
Yeah. Yeah, look.
And they don't understand.
In their defense, I think they do understand it, and I'll still come back to the problem is the funding model of events. You can't subsidize events, in my opinion. It doesn't work. You have to have a marketing agreement with them and say, listen, because they're doing a service to the country. When you subsidize something, it's because, well, this is something that needs a help for a social issue. But when somebody is marketing a destination, you put a contract where you put the number of metrics, this is how many shows I need you to do, this is the targets that we need for the number of tourists that arrive, blah, blah, blah. And that allows growth because then you can measure and say, well, this year you brought 3,000 people to the country for Carnival, so your marketing contract is 300,000. Next year you bring 5,000. Now your contract grows to $500,000 or to $1 million because it's a direct return.
It's the first time I'm hearing you saying these things, man. But you need to implement that ASAP. You need to work on this shit ASAP. That's on good. That's on good.
This is the thing, though, Earl. I did work on it. I bought a budget amendment to make Carnival into a marketing contract, but then politics got into play. And unfortunately, it was really just one person. I think I'm very good with everybody in the Carnival Foundation, but really the president at the time, Alston Lawrence, saw it as a Rolando want to take over Carnival, and I'm explaining it. I'm like, dude, no. Yeah. When you get a marketing contract, yes, it has to go on a so-called bid. That's because of a technicality, but the government ultimately can decide. Yeah, but let's go through the process and make it a marketing contract. And, you know, he allowed people to get in his head with all kind of conspiracy theories. Oh, Rolando wanted to bring a company to do Carnival, all kind of craziness. Yeah, and it's unfortunate, I can understand, but had that happened, by now SCDF would have been, let's say, in their third year of the marketing contract, not a subsidy. It would have probably grown because they would have been able, because the contract would say, if you fulfill XYZ, this amount will grow. And now,
last year was the Carnival, they brought more than 5,000, they could prove that.
Their marketing contract would probably be valued double now what the subsidy would be. And sometimes it's like, I don't know, some people maybe, they say, oh, it sounds too good to be true. No, it just sounds like how MP Bryson works.
But I've had my experience too. I've never learned that some people are just haters and blockers, man. That's their job, just to block and hate on you, bro. They will, you know, and they'll find all excuses. You could show them the numbers, show them the truth layout, and then they just, you know, it's so. But
there's light at the tunnel. Just to close that point, I have since spoken to Mr. Granger. I know very well. He understands now that there was never any political intent other than helping Carnival, and I think
if they know you, they should know that.
Once we change the funding model of these events, you're going to see huge growth.
Agreed. Yeah. All right, MP, and then our third time and the final time that we're working for that, you lock me in now, you want me going to wait? Talk the thing them. You know what I'm saying? Good stuff. So yes, I was a prolific campaigner. I started with Sylvia Jacobs. I put her in, and then after I did a couple more people, you know. And then after one Carnival, I met MP Bryson. I came for Carnival, never missed Carnival. I came for Carnival, I met MP Bryson. MP Bryson was like, hey, he was on USP. And he said, hey, Earl, very well progressed. And that was after all those things we had worked on. You know what I'm saying? After Carnival, I went my way, he went his way. You know, but we still remained amicable, and we were always friends. You know, and then he approached me. He said, yo, Earl, I need you on my team, and you're the best campaigner, blah, blah, blah. And as I was with Vision, I'm like, bro, you watching me? I'm like, how you mean you watching? You know what I do in my work? He said, bro, you're very good with what you do. Believe you me, keep going in that direction. You'll be one of the best in the Caribbean. And because you said that to me, is why I took on your name, and why I continue to take on other big people and try my luck, because I was like, damn, I always believe that you know what you're saying, Rolando. You never, you know, you could sell water to a well, and I mean in a manner but I'm not somebody easily to convince. And you've always been able to make me see what you're saying, so then I already know that you have the same thing I have, which is vision. You know, and so when people with vision, we can see, and with that, we can be able to elaborate ourselves, and based on that, if you got vision, you can also see, and if you got, then you could also hear his elaboration and understand where the vision is going on. Sometimes, again, some people don't have that. So when you said that to me, you know what I'm saying, I was like, okay, cool. Bro, all right, sound good. I mean, all right, well, let's hope for time now, and then next time, you know, give me a call when the time comes. Bro, not even 3 weeks after that, you remember? Not even.
Yeah. Leader of the UP.
No, that's not how it happened. You know, you were supposed. Government fell.
Oh yes.
Government fell.
It fell first. Yes.
And then you come and say, hey, Earl, you know, conversation we just had here. Yeah, it's time. It's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time. I said, what? You say, yeah, my government just fell. You in here? I said, what? He said, yeah, it's time, man. I said, what? I said, why you doing? I said, no, man. I said, you set me. I felt you set me up, bro.
I laughed because I remember that conversation.
Bro, I said, what?
I said, no, we got 2 years to plan. We got 2 years left.
No, yes.
So we got start.
Yes. The conversation was a 2-year plan, bro. And like 3 weeks after that, the government fought. I said, bro, you kidding me? I said, no, man. I said, but Ron, you plan this, man. I said, you got insider trading, insider information, man. Because it's impossible you secure like you said, the top campaigner of the region 3 weeks before government fought. You know what I'm saying? Like, when do we expect him to do that 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, it would have been in my best interest. I think if we had 2 years to plan, I had much more. I had just brought the UTS law for the police. I had much more laws coming. I would have, you know, been able to grow. But fate had it that I think it worked out perfectly because I'm happy where I am.
Bro, it was time. Now let me finish delivering my story. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, you were supposed to get the USP #1. Then France backed out. So then I joined the camp. So then I joined the camp, and then we started to have conversations. Then you were supposed to join the USP as number 1 with Franz Richardson, and then Franz Richardson reneged on an agreement with you. This is going to be a team. Okay?
Yeah.
This is going to be a team.
Why did this renege on
No, but this is
agreements?
going to be a team. You understand? Franz Richardson reneged on you. Let me continue. You understand? And at that point in time, that wasn't the first time I saw you stood up for yourself. I always stand up for myself. But that's the first time when I saw you, I really saw you stood up for yourself. And you're like, nah, but I'm not going to take this. You're a man as a man. You cannot go back on your word, and you just gave me your word. We took it into agreement, and I'm not going to stand up here and watch you play me, Franz. I'm sorry. I'm going to speak in Semitic language. You understand? I know. It's got to about his.
I was slightly more diplomatic than that. Listen.
But I got to let them understand what I could talk to you.
But that was the essence of it.
The essence of it. You understand?
Yeah.
And then you call me and say, "Bye, Earl," and I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You always confide in me when it matters most. You don't hijack me. You didn't hijack me. You understand? You gave me an option. You said, "Earl, Theo, this is what they're doing to me, and I can't do that, bro. It's part of my process of growth. I deserved it. And I'm like, bro, when you start to talk about deserving, yeah, you deserve it. You deserve that, brother. You understand? You deserve to be USP leader number 1. France recognized that. That's why he gave it to you. It wasn't an undeserving or no political stunt. You deserved it at that point in time. And he reneged on that. That was on France's mistake, and that's why USP dead now. You understand? Moving forward, they have to learn to pass the baton. And they have to learn to pass the baton. Moving forward now, Theo reached out to you because Theo was a dead party. Up was a dead party. I enjoyed killing them. I enjoyed murdering Up at that time. I enjoyed killing them, and Up was a dead party. In debt, ain't had no government on card, nothing. I enjoyed killing them. Understand? And when you called me, you told me that Theo called you, and this is your opportunity to regain the number 1 position again and move forward. Because again, let me back up. One of the criterias for me agreeing to campaign for you was because I wanted to campaign for a number 1. I never campaigned for a number 1 yet. I said, okay, bro. And you was like, yeah, I'm going to be number 1 on USP. I said, you going to campaign? I said, you going to be number 1? I never campaigned for number 1. I need that on my resume. So that was one of the criterias. So when that conversation came up and you said, this is where I get a chance to be number 1 again, Earl, because that's one of your criterias. I said, boy, you're going to kidnap me to the party I just destroyed. You're trying to bring me to a party I destroyed to help rebuild the party I destroyed? I enjoyed destroying the Up party. You don't know this?
I think you enjoyed destroying that Up party. I mean, the people listen, man, let me translate for Earth. It doesn't mean murder or destruction.
No.
It just means heavily campaigned against.
Thank you very much. So my language ain't politically correct, but that's
you
what
just translate for me, I just translate for you.
Because you understand what I mean.
Yes, of course.
So I appreciate you. So yeah, so then in that manner, they were never going to get no seats for me already. Wow. So they were never going to get no seats on my watch. That was my promise to the Semitic people. Up would never get no seats on my watch. I'll make sure I campaign against them. Then when you told me that, I'm like, okay, cool, let's go. I said, well, it's a fresh start. I said, you got 2 terms. You could trust Theo? Are you sure you could trust Theo? I was on that, bro. I got his word, boys. We good to go. We move forward. Yeah, man. And then I was like, you know what, Rolando, let's go. Because they need us. They need you. They need us. They need you. If you got this, you believe in this, let's go, bro. Let's do that. And I campaigned for you the first time. On the promise, I said, Rolando, simple thing. Simple shit. You know how I get down. You work for us. You work for the people them. You work for my people them. You work for us. You don't have to worry about me. I'll be here again next year. I'll come back. My brother, you have impressed the shit out of me. You have made 22 prolific laws. We only touched on 1. I need to bring it back. I'm down to my 4 minutes. It's not enough time. But you have done 22 laws. We only elaborated on the esports one because now that I'm pushing that forward because now I understand that people don't understand and they need to understand that. I got 21 more to push. I got to figure out how I'm going to push the 21 more so people could understand what you did for them and how to utilize them in their best interest that you did for them, brother. You understand? So I want to say thanks on behalf of my Semitic people, Rolando Burson. I want to say thank you for being the hardest working MP. Thank you for working on behalf of my people. And regardless of what they say or what they do, regardless of what they don't know, I understand and I know. And as long as you continue to work for the country and work for my Semitic people, you will have my support and you will have my loyalty, brother. It will not be wavering. The minute you stop, though, you know, we got problems, brother. But I don't think that's
the minute I stop working is the minute I leave the job.
Correct. And I don't think that's your character. Yeah. And I don't think you will ever be involved. Because again, I explained to the people that after you did the UTS law, that's not your business. That's justice. You could have let that thing go down to the streets, and that was in opposition, man. Yeah. Let people know that you came out with opposition. Let me make that clear. And then now, as a coalition member in government, even though you haven't had the majority of card in government, and even though Justice Department Anna is tough to deal with and tough to decide what she want to do, she can't be reasoned with, you still was able to.
bring solutions.
How can I negotiate? You could diplomatically negotiate in the best interest of St. Martin people against your own coalition and got through to get them paid. They don't understand. They don't understand, bro. They don't understand, bro. They don't understand, bro. So,
more people understand than you think. I'll say this, I know you have a couple minutes left. What I'm noticing is that St. Martin, we've taken it for granted that the good thing about the stability is people have had a good, long, hard look at government and parliament. They've been able to judge on their own, not just based on what this man could do for me, like
correct.
directly.
No, correct.
But who actually working.
Correct.
Who actually, even if I don't like this government at all, but I have to choose one. I have to choose one person that if I really, there's be this question, if your life depended on it, you had to choose one basketball player to beat someone one-on-one, who would that be?
Yeah.
That's what this election is going to be. People are going to have to, and that's what I'm getting out there. It's like, Rolando, at this point, we have our concerns about the government. But those concerns are not with you. Correct. Because you, for sure, have performed. You have worked. You represent. You explain things well. I have my radio show for 2 years, every single Friday.
When it was second year anniversary, I said, "What? We had that.
2 years went quick.
We had that. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we had that. I said, but let me check. Let me call my man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So no, I'm happy to work for the people, and it's great that so many of you recognize that, because it was a risk. That if you don't just be the type of politician that brags about it or do the things the old way, that some people would not notice.
Correct.
But I'll tell you, Earl, maybe it's thanks to you, thanks to others that are spreading the word. Out there in St. Martin, people recognize it.
Well, I hope
and
so,
bro. I appreciate you for it.
Because I've been doing this too long, dog. And I've always told the people that, at the end of the day, if they work, we have to reward them. You know what I'm saying? One of my best campaign strategies is to campaign against what they do. That's the easiest thing, because they make it so easy in St. Martin. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to have a chance to campaign on what somebody actually do. Wait until I start, St. Martin. You understand? I got 22 to explain now, I'm only on one right now. I got 21 to go. I got my work cut out for me, St. Martin. So MP Bryson, I want to say thanks for coming.
Thank you very much, man.
For sure. Thanks for working on behalf of my St. Martin people. They don't understand what it is, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Keep that going up. Keep that up. And yeah, we're still going up, eh?
The new way up, Rolando Bryson, leader of the up.
Still going up, St. Martin.